Bakumienu mienu baku Ghana Radio live from New York City. Yekasa ma Ghana nti ye ma Ghana nti. Ende ye ma ye ba be kan ye nua Bearman African Americans no free America bano. Baku aba one of Ghana village abeto big land of plotter. Oye swimming pool or di be idea people can swim and crofobet me adware as I used to boat ride all of that but actually no ahemfo no be for echi so almost abe so monji but the entire can we nyan say ye pese ye nhye ye nuanom kran a omo amanone be bia wo amanone no ye start na ye mfa investment enko ye krom ho na ebe boaye because ewiase sisa after corona no niema bebre sisa wo man mu a nkrofo nti ase omo ye research na ti niema so bebre ase tu hu ye nuanom African Americans no moko Ghana na oma ye research plans na moko plans na ye be sha ase no ye national anthem best at nti ans na ye be sha ase no obu any respect aye o ma Ghana any adwumaden any nukredi any ahobrase o ma Ghana ye national anthem best at me ameka sano ye frame kwadwo beremens na nti obi bia wo hwem bia no ye da obi bia ase na ye de ahobrase bebu omo ase amo ma Ghana na ehwa na efiri ni bebi akọ. Okay, God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong, both to defend forever the cause of freedom of right, fill our heart with true humility, make us cherish fearless honesty, and help us to resist oppressors' rule with all our will and mind evermore. Yada obi biase baako mienu mienu baako kwadwo berman shira na mekasa no ene ye wo ha de kasa mo amone no se ne MC kan no ye be hwe ye nua Bearman no odi be 6 months e dia ye millions of dollars enya ade boni o ma ye recent ye so mo tutu kan no se yenko na ye starting ko ye bibi ma ye ma ye mfa niema ne ma ye nuanom ana ye brothers ana ye sisters ana ye nanfufo so no kro ma nya bone so utie mi anya bone so unya nipa ne hojo na odi no kra fine be say o ebe ya ka okona wa okoya eboa ana so unya estate developers ni bia ye obi wa hard ma before ebe kono ye beja ye numbers utimi frɛ ya ebetimi ne o makasa na ya connect o omo fa osikandwane omo ye nipa omo ye genuine omo Ghana omo Holland omo bo ankrofo mom sisi omo dan na ya na mpempi no nkrofo ahwefo na omo me all over the world omo busam say dey ntina me nka brofo me nka brofo because me focus wo ye Ghanaians ne so me ba abrochire no me study ade baako o New York City is na akwa say oba na hu nua Ghana ni a obusam say onua ti say I don't understand what you saying. Chinese in now busana me understand English. China ni so me understand English nti me check here who say population take control and am bo omo ye adwuma nti omo de Chinese, Spanish, aka English won omo bibia from buses anyway ya. Nti me who say no ye no ye nka ye kasa ne san na hard. I don't know e wo mi mu am say no na hwe na ne de kasa no so aka na ye mfa ntete ye ma no mo ba na yeso ye mfa na ye kru bebi aboa ye ye niema bebre ho so na be ye ni titi an ko ama bebre Germany ni ada Italy na store no ye nkrofo no ntimi kosua omo wi a na abana tete tax afi omo ho na omo de aboa na omo so aka kasa no ba ye nya ne tintin bebre ye be ko ni akwa koti ye nua Bearman no but before ye be ko no ye de aseda ka se be ma rush asare ono na mkofa free ni platform so am the credit Bearman asara me the credit ma ana nipa no ba be kasa so friend Marvin Walker na ye de ma no na nipa no mi so am kasa no kwadwo Bearman shira kasa free New York City ye nyina no ye de nkaibo e ma ye mpanyifo no say omonto omo nan si wo no omo bie ndwuma farming ndwuma no more enye more because ya hwe ya okombe kuyen say ya hwe ya okombe kuyen because niam asesa okum ebekuye e Ghana nti niema asesa ina omo abroche no na make say so ohia asase a ye kronkron pese ye ntofie mu a ye kronkron mi mu nkrofo a mi amedi agina mu amoma bo amenya ye nkone ye nkwohwe ye papa ye Marvin Walker and a rush asare ne kasa rush baby bia obi asidan ka oni adwuma oboma Ghana for eda wase bebre ye beko na ya gwa akohwe ye nua no adwuma obo.
This is a public service announcement. This is not to scare anybody from coming to Ghana, but these are the challenges because it's new. The Great Migration is happening. So, you know, we're going through some things, but the most recent thing that happened to me, which was really shocking and disappointing for me, was I had a police chief here, you know, arrest me and tell some lies so that I would get arrested in a court. Yo, bro, like, you're not a debt collector. Stop calling my damn phone. Like, I said, yo, unless you have a criminal case against me, do not call my damn phone. That's what you are. You're police. Go do some police work. And he said, when they took me to the jail, one of the guys that was in the court, so after the judge locked me up, the police chief turns around and starts giving the guys high five and thumbs up. I'm like, yo, the police is supposed to be impartial, right? They're sending people every day to now look at the land, you know, trying to resell my land, trying to get me out of here. But I'm not going nowhere, I paid.
Hello guys, welcome to the channel. You know how we do it. Today I have the channel's favorite guest here, Mr. Marvin Walker.
That's right.
And today we came to check on Shark Island, right? It's one of the biggest things that's happening in Ghana. He's building a beautiful riverfront properties. And he is the first person to bring jet cars. That's what we're sitting in right now. So a few months from now, you're gonna see us on the water. But I'm here to let Mr. Walker, you know, share his experiences because I know doing business in Ghana is not easy.
Nah, not at all.
So today we're gonna jump into it. What kind of, you know, houses we have available? When are we kicking off with, you know, the jet cars being in the water and all that stuff? We're gonna jump into it. So,
did you know you don't need a computer science degree to work for companies like Tesla, IBM, Apple, and other tech companies? I know, because we've helped thousands of students without
sometimes
degrees, land high-paying IT.
advert also you be stress after mo hwe no you be everywhere mo so na be a betimi ahwe a bibi asa ama so yenko tintin.
Let's jump right in.
so I mean, how long have you been in Ghana so far?
Going on 5 years. Like February will be my 5th year. February 19th will be year number 5.
February 19th.
Yeah. Oh, wait, we in March. We're in March.
So you've been 5 years already?
5 years.
Yeah. You've been in Ghana for a very long time. So, I mean, for those of the people on the channel, we have a lot of new subscribers. Shout out to you guys for, you know, subscribing to the channel. It's been a year now, we came a long way. For those of the subscribers and people watching the channel who don't know who you are, would you please introduce yourself briefly?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Marvin Walker. I am a Guyanese American that left Guyana when I was 5, moved to America. And, you know, I've had several ventures in the US. I was in the music industry. I was in medical logistics. And then I came to Ghana in 2018, October of 2018, for my first visit. And then by February 19th of 2019, I've been living in Ghana. So came here, was doing medical logistics. I had some contracts that didn't quite work out. And then I got into real estate development. I wanted to fill the void for the diasporas who are moving here that have a certain expectation when it comes to their real estate, kind of like you, exactly what we're doing, making it easy for our people to come home. So that's a little bit about me, high level, right?
Yeah, high level. So let's dive right into it. That's where we are right now. Like, you know, you have other projects, but this is where your focus is right now, which is Shark Island with multiple properties. So I didn't count the buildings, but how many buildings have you completed here? I know it's more to come, but...
So 14 are completed shell and core, 2 that at the end of this week will be 100% completed, right? A 2-bedroom and a 3-bedroom. So people will see what our finishes look like. You can see what the end product, if should you get a home, what it will look like. So very excited about that. And we're able to do that in, you know, less than, you know, a year. Like I really started building probably like July, these homes after July, but I've been on this land since November of 2023. Building, you know, I'm sorry, 2022, started building my home.
Awesome. So as we are all aware, I think this is your 3rd time on the channel. Every time I come here, obviously I ask you about the challenges and whatnot. You know, coming here, I'm aware of some challenges that you've been going through that's like worse than any other challenge that you know
that I've had so far.
So can you let us know? Of course, it's really important for our people to know what's on the ground. If you're trying to do something massive like this, I'm personally in court and I constantly put it on my channel. If you're trying to do something big, obviously you have people that try to pull you back down here in Ghana, unfortunately.
Yes.
So
No,
kind of dive into it. Let's have it.
Yeah, but let me let them know. One of the reasons, like, I enjoyed watching your channel, I became a subscriber, that's how I met you, is I like that you tell the truth and you prepare us, you know, and your viewers that are watching for what to expect should they come here. So I want to, you know, this is a public service announcement. This is not to scare anybody from coming to Ghana, but these are the challenges because it's new. The Great Migration is happening. So, you know, we're going through some things. But the most recent thing that happened to me, which was really shocking and disappointing for me, was I had a police chief here, you know, arrest me and tell some lies so that I would get arrested in a court. And it was shocking because he was making statements under oath that, you know, I'm a flight risk. I don't live here on an island. I mean, I have millions of dollars worth of real estate here, and he's saying that I don't live on an island. And he caused the judge to arrest me because, you know, some people here, they see us and they think we have money and they want to extort us, right? So he kept calling me, like asking me for money because, you know, when I fire a contractor, if they do a bad job, and if I don't pay them till the job is complete, they go to the police and they say, hey, Mr. Walker threatened to blow my brains out. When it's the other way around, they are the ones always threatening us. Like, I've been threatened by the people I bought the land from to break my house down. But those things are not as serious as what this police chief did. You know, so, you know, he kept calling me because we took the withholding tax from one of our contractors.
All right, so let's get the story really straight.
Yeah.
How did it all started? The contractor reported you to the police.
Yes. So I paid the contractor to do some work, and he had spent some time in the U.S., so he was referred to me by somebody I respected. So first he said, give me 60% of the money. I gave him the 60%. After getting the 60% of the money, he kept delaying to come to the job and getting started. And I said, hey, bro, what's the problem? Like, why are you not coming? I'm on timelines. And he was like, well, you know, materials is short. You know, if I had the rest of the money, then, you know, I could get it done fast. And because he came through somebody I respected, I gave him 100% of the money, right? Thinking that he would go buy the materials and then the process would go much faster. Well, that's not what happened. You know that if you give contractors here the money, sometimes they'll take the money and run. And so he kept delaying. And then he finally got a job that should have took 2 to 3 weeks done. He got it done in like 9 weeks. So I was, you know, obviously aggravated with that. So I fired him. And my engineer at the time said, look, the materials are here on site. Let's give him another chance. So I said, you know, after, you know, rebuting that for about, you know, 6 times, I said, all right, but this time, since I paid him for 50% of the house, 100%, he got to do the other 50. And once he's finished, then I'll pay him. And everybody agreed. So he did about 3 houses, and then he came, oh, I want the money for the new houses that he was doing. And I said, no, we had an agreement that you'll finish it, and that's when I pay you. Because last time when I gave you 100% of the money, you took forever. So because I wouldn't pay him, he went to the police and told the police chief that I threatened to blow his brains out.
Okay.
So the police kept calling me, and I said, listen, don't call me with this nonsense. Call my lawyer. And they kept telling me if I didn't come, they'll put a warrant out for my arrest. So I went. And my lawyer came and met with us there. And so they found out that it wasn't that I threatened him. He just wanted me to pay him even though the job wasn't completed. And I told him, no, I'll pay him when the job is completed. So once the job was finally completed, we paid him as agreed, but we deducted the 7.5% withholding tax for contractors who are not employees of mine. Now, I've created almost 200 jobs. I employ almost 200 people around here.
You're doing an amazing job down here.
That's what I thought. So I thought that they would support me more than this guy. But I also hire contractors. So you have to deduct the withholding tax to pay to the government. So I guess in order to get the police to put pressure on me to pay him in advance, he went and promised the chief some money, right? And when we took the withholding tax, what we discovered was probably he called the chief and said, I can't give you no money because these guys took this money. So then the police chief started calling me incessantly and harassing me. Oh, why did you take the money? It's too much. After we explained, it's not us, it's the GRA withholding tax. And he just kept telling me it's too much. So I said, listen, if you're not understanding from me, let me call my accountant, or you call and you talk to her. Oh, I don't have no airtime to talk to your accountant. So I made my accountant call
What's airtime? Let's get on airtime.
Airtime, you know, data for your phone.
Okay,
like
that's what used to make phone calls.
Yeah.
Because it's not unlimited, like, you know.
It's not like in the US, you pay $99 a month, you get unlimited.
Exactly.
No.
So yeah, let's jump back.
You pay for your minutes here and
And you say he's not a debt collector or
Yeah, so he kept calling me, and even after my accountant explained to him, I said, yo, bro, like, you're not a debt collector. Stop calling my damn phone. Like, I said, yo, unless you have a criminal case against me, do not call my damn phone. That's what you are. You're police. Go do some police work. And he said,
You want a criminal case?
Yeah. So I said, hell my ass. And I hung up, click. And bro, sure enough, now I started having some criminal cases. So all of the previous incidents that I had, I told you guys about the solar man. Guy. I beat him up, right? Rightfully so at the police station, they arrested me. I hold that, because I did that.
I think that's when you served 3 days in jail.
Yeah, they locked me up.
You served your time.
I served my time. So I mollywopped them. Boom, boom, boom. Because, yo, when you take from our customers, they don't understand that we hired an untrustworthy contractor and they ran off with the money.
Man, let me come in here. I mean, I'm into contracting myself and, you know, building and all that. But, man, people don't understand the stress that you got to go on the ground, like you got to go through on the ground to deal with these, you know, artisans and whatnot. It's insane. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that.
You know, so I had to explain to them, like, listen, if they run off with the money, my customers are going to blame me. They don't see these contractors. So I can't allow them to cheat my clients, because then it's like I'm cheating them. So the chief went and brought all those cases back up and said, now you have to come to court. So after I told the chief, stop calling my phone, and I blocked them, the inspector called me and said, yo, you got to come, you got to go to court for this, you know, assault case you had like a year ago. So I said, all right, no problem. I see where this is going. So I show up to the court. I call my lawyer first, like, look, I need you to meet me at the court. They now bringing me to court. So he was like, tell the judge I can't make it, but I asked for continuance. This is a minor case. You know, just go there, plead not guilty, and tell the judge, because of the short notice, we couldn't be there. We'll come within 7 days. And that's what I did. I walked to the court myself, walked in, right? And
represented yourself?
No, not to represent myself. Just saying my lawyer's not here. I'm not guilty.
Oh, so you let me get another
continuance.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So I see the police chief there, and he running around with two of the people I had incidents with that try to steal my money or, you know, take my property. So they running around like the Three Musketeers in the court, going to the back, coming out. I'm like, yo,
cooking up stuff.
Just cooking it up, right? So Rush, when court started, you know, my last name is Walker. I'm at the bottom of the pile. Dude went all the way down, pulled my case up first.
Like, that's gonna happen today.
Boom. Man, so they called me up. He read my, you know, the complaint. The judge said, how do you plead? I said, not guilty due to mitigating circumstances, right? I said, Your Honor, but my lawyer's not here. He requested for a 7-day continuance because it was short notice. This charges was just brought back up. So the judge said, all right, bail granted, come back on this day. Soon as she said that, you know, the chief got up, Your Honor, we vehemently deny that you grant Mr. Walker bail. She said, vehemently? He said, yes, strongly. So, you know, the two clowns he was with start laughing. So then the judge was like, well, this is not, you know, a serious matter that Mr. Walker should be remanded. Why are you saying this? So he was like, oh, because ever since he attacked the guy, you know, we've been looking for him. He's been running. He's not been answering our calls. He wouldn't come. And, you know, in fact, milady, had we not apprehended him in the town, he wouldn't even be in court today. So I'm standing there like, yo, is this guy for real? Like, he's making these statements under oath.
Let me come in real quick. I'm in court right now, right?
Yeah.
The amount of lies people tell on the oath in Ghana, oath mean nothing. I don't know if there is.
With Asana, AI teammates can help level up your goals by connecting them to relevant projects. So every team knows their role in the bigger picture. Asana, the #1 AI work management platform. Try for free today at asana.com.
Some sort of consequences that comes with it or not, but people just lie their bosses.
Nah, there's no. That's the problem in Ghana. There's no accountability and there's no consequences.
It's crazy. But
unless somebody murders, that's the only way I see they be sending people to jail.
Yeah. Let's not get off track here. So he's lying on the oath.
So he said, I'm a flight risk. So the judge was like, well, Mr. Walker, where do you live? I said, on the same island that I paid the police to come take the police report when he stole my money and didn't do the solar system. On the same island that my wife and kids live on. On the same island that I got millions of dollars of investment that he's saying I don't live at. So the judge was like, you know, is your wife here today? And I said, no, we just had another child. So she's at the hospital with the child getting a checkup. It was just happened to fall on the same date. And the judge said, all right, well, you'll be in jail till March 27th. So they arrested me because this dude went there and told all these lies. I passed the police
March
station.
27th?
Yeah.
Man, that was like a month.
Yes.
So then what happened?
So what happened was, once they put handcuffs on me, I had my phone and my battery was like almost dying. So I immediately started texting my lawyer. I started texting my broker Hanny at E-Wells. She sold the most homes for me. I text her, I said, look, y'all may not see me for a few days. I'm going to jail, right? Then also, I had one of my sales rep, she had like 7 people that flew from the US that was looking at properties. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go to court real quick, I'll be back. Bro, they put me in jail, so I had to text her like, yo, I'm not coming. So I lost like 3 or 4 sales that day.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
She was like, oh, Mr. Walker can't be here right now. And then they were leaving to go back to the state after they'd been here for a while.
Wow.
So fortunately for me, one of my contractors that work on the site saw when they put me in handcuffs, because I had asked him to charge my other phone. So he was like, hey, what's going on here? So he went and came to the site, told my family, my wife, and my staff that, they arrested Mr. Walker, and everybody came to the other side, to the mainland, and then was like, yo, what's going on? So everybody started flooding in, and of course, both my lawyers from Accra started calling the command. Ironically, the same time the chief was calling me, harassing me for that money, I was at GRA clearing the jet cars. So I'm working with one of the commissioners there, and I'm like, yo, is the police supposed to be calling me, telling me I shouldn't be deducting withholding tax from the contractors? So because I was in the process of clearing it and he knew what was going on, when I got arrested and I couldn't come to clear the jet cars the next day, he found out. He started calling the commander too, like, yo, I know what's going on. Why is the police chief lying to get Mr. Walker arrested because he took the withholding tax? Meanwhile, the contractor who told them I threatened him sent me a message like, yo, when I see you, if you don't pay my money, when I see you, you better have it on you or else. Right? So I'm like, and nobody looks at the proof.
You just have all these, like, that could happen to you in Ghana, man, if you're not connected.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could be doing everything by the book. Unfortunately, it's going to get better, but right now, like you said, we are fighters, right? We're here going through this. And what you went through, man, I think you're going to continue with this story?
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going nowhere.
So what you went through, the average person would just give up and run.
Yeah,
because, I mean, the story that you said was quite scary. I mean, I've had my fair share and I've heard stories, but I don't think anything tops yours.
When they took me to the jail, one of the guys that was in the court, so after the judge locked me up, the police chief turns around and starts giving the guys high five and thumbs up. I'm like, yo, the police is supposed to be impartial, right? So one of the guys that was there that the chief bought, and he's telling the judge, oh, he's going to have more charges by the end of the week. So he's just trumping up charges. So one of the guys went to the jail and then paid the guys in their 30 CDs to beat me up.
That's why you in jail with them. So
while I'm coming to jail, he's at the cell talking to them, and I'm not, I'm like, why is this guy now in the jail?
Okay.
So when I get in the cell, they start grabbing me, trying to, usher me into the bathroom and whatnot. I'm like, man, get the fuck off of me. Like, yo, we about to be fighting here till the morning. Right? And they started cursing the guy out because he never gave them the money. So there's like, effing Okujeto, they know his name and everything. And they cursing him out.
They call him Uncle?
Okujeto, that's his name. So it ends up being that, they started telling me, like, yo, dude paid us to beat you up and we need the money for food.
The police officer paid them to beat you up?
Not the police. One of the guys that was with the police chief that I had an issue with before.
Right. So he wasn't the police?
No, but he was in court. The chief bought him so that he could file another charge against me. Because while I was in court, they came and handed me another summons to come to court for that guy.
They just trying to stress you and waste your time and see if you will pay up, basically.
Yeah, and I'm not paying. I said, listen, I know bullies. I'm from the Bronx, right? You talking to a bully fighter.
Yeah, that's what I do.
But when I got into jail and I realized that they paid them, I just had my guy go and buy food for all of us.
Fried chicken?
So they ended up chicken and rice.
We love our fried chickens.
Yo, so we in jail, stripped down our boxes, eating chicken and rice, you know what I'm saying? And then we just ended up talking and they told me, they was like, this what, but they said, boss, it's not personal. We have no money. Because, you go to jail here. If you don't have anybody bringing you food, man, they not eating. So, I was like, yo, I made my staff go buy them all, food. And I even bought them breakfast the next day. And the good thing, let me say this. There's some bad cops here just like everywhere in America, right?
Of course.
But the commander here and some of the other good people that I've met, they saw through the BS. Because the commander even lit into him like, yo, why would you make these lies up against Mr. Walker? And he was like, yo, I don't tolerate that. I don't go for that. So even the commander is now sending him before his superiors so that he could be dealt with. But, that was it. And you know, these are things that you could expect to happen, but you cannot let them.
There's DIY, and there's doing it yourself. It's the difference between being creative and being a creator.
Frustrate you so you walk away.
Exactly.
Because what they want is for me to walk away from this project.
Because you've basically added a lot of value to this place, and you are close to, I mean, you just brought in the jet cars, it's sitting there, right? You guys seen it, that's how we started this video.
Yeah.
Right? And you could see that, and you can see that, wow, you could see what this could be maybe a year from now, and it's like, people are jealous, which is very normal here.
Yeah.
You know, people do stupid stuff out of jealousy, right?
Yeah, I mean,
here, so
they're sending people every day to now look at the land, you know, trying to resell my land, trying to get me out of here. But I'm not going nowhere. I paid.
Of course, you gotta stay your ground.
They called me 2 days ago and said, Mr. Walker, you know, there's, you know, tension. Why don't you leave and come back? And I said, I'm not leaving. I'm paying for this land. They wanted me to go to Accra for like a week or two. And I said, no, I'm staying right here. Nobody gave me the land. I paid for it. So I'm staying right here, and I'm living in my house.
It's
so
quite unfortunate that, you know, people come down here, try to build. I mean, it's a forest. Next to it, there's nothing. There's just trees.
I'm gonna give you a video so you put it in here so they can see what it looked like when I came and I'm cutting the grass myself,
so
right?
You saw the vision in your mind, and now you really. I remember you told me this.
And now they can see the vision.
Exactly.
So they
now they can see it.
Yeah.
They couldn't dream it. Now you dreamt it. You manifested it, and they see that. I mean, all the riverfront is all like occupied, and you could actually see. The back doesn't really matter that much. Though you have like high rises coming, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 3 levels.
Yeah, 3-story condos with a rooftop pool and a rooftop bar for the owners that live there.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have all of that coming, but for now the activities and all that stuff is very visible to anybody who even lack imagination, because that's what it was. They lacked the imagination to come and do what you did. You came to do it, and now
they counting my money.
They count the money. The money's not even here yet, and they're mad. You know what I'm saying? Because you know why? I think they try to play smart. Because once a lot of people are coming in and out, they can't do all the shit that they do now.
Yeah.
They can't do it anymore. They can't come in to arrest you and all that is gonna look bad on them. Yeah. So while like you are close to that, they try to get in and try to frustrate you as much as they can. That's what happened to me.
Well, now what I did, I brought the military in. So I went, you know, and they loved the fact that I was a serviceman too. I said, look, I'm having these issues. So I brought the military here. They're going to be here for like 6 months to a year.
Awesome.
And, you know, I won't have those
protect you working, because you're spending as well.
Yeah.
So let's get into your properties, right? The Riverfront, do you have one available?
So there's only 1 3-bedroom left. Somebody foreclosed on it, so we took it from them. So, but at first they were sold out, but there's 1 unit available. That's going for $299,000.
Okay.
So if somebody, you got the money, it's 90% done, you can move in within 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, now we're going to start all of the condos in the back, because we're finished with these. With these, I just wanted to make sure I got the windows and the finishes right in the 2 and the 3 bedroom. So now we can replicate it because we know everything is right.
Right.
So now all of our attention is going on the condos in the back.
Absolutely.
So it's 6 buildings with 6 apartments in each of the condos. And we have 18 of those left.
Okay.
Right? So 3 buildings with 6 apartments in each one.
Right.
And so the ground floor is, as you get higher and the view is better, the price goes up.
Right. We got videos for that.
Yeah, I'll show you that. I'll give you videos and pictures. Yeah.
The B-roll is gonna be in this.
Yeah. So the ground floor is $139,000. Right, very affordable.
Right.
You know, it's way below market.
Absolutely.
The second floor is $154,000.
When he says that, I think the last time I saw a lot of people commenting on the video that, oh, a dime is all the way out there, it's overpriced. But you got to think about the investment that you're making here, right? This is like Airbnb opportunity that you're going to make your money back so quickly, right? Sometimes you got to look at it that way.
We do projections at 60% occupancy rate. Okay. And what you got to understand is the same 2-bedroom in Accra, you could get $150, $200 a night.
Yes.
But because we're here by Aqua Safari Treasure Island, those guys charge $1,300 a night for their 2-bedroom.
Absolutely.
And $900 a night. So I tell my clients, even if you charge $500, $700 a night, like, we winning. So with our 2 bedrooms, they recoup their investment within the first 3 years.
Absolutely.
With the ones in the back.
Yeah.
But the beachfront, in 2 years, they recoup their money.
You will, because I mean, look at all the stuff you're bringing in.
Yeah.
With exclusive, right? With the
jet cars.
It's the first of its kind that I've seen in Ghana.
It's only nobody can get them in Ghana.
A lot of people gonna come out here from Kumasi, you name it. They're gonna come here And it's not a lot of these left.
No.
People want to ball out, and people are balling in Ghana if you didn't know. People got money to just throw away. And people visiting as well, just trying to have the experience.
But not just that, Rush. People are going to Dubai to experience this, or to the U.S. So we're saving them the cost of the airline tickets, right? You don't got to spend $2,000 to go to Dubai no more. You ain't got to pay for a hotel in Dubai. You don't got to pay for transportation from your hotel to the beach to ride these. So you come right here in Accra, you come to Adar from Accra, you have it right there.
You can enjoy this. I mean, brilliant, man. I mean, I listened to an interview on Web Nation Africa, a lady, I forgot her name, but very, classy, African-American lady.
Yeah.
Marissa? Yeah, Marissa.
Yeah, that's
Marissa.
my sales director.
Yeah. So yeah, she mentioned.
She bought 2 houses here.
Yeah. She mentioned all of that. And she went to when you came up with the idea as far as you want to do this, and you really you took it and ran with it. And here we are today. So. You know
what I learned, Rush? We're military men.
Yeah.
We set a goal and we see it through. But most people are starters but not finishers. So the biggest thing is people don't think.
They even starters, dreamers.
No. Right. Hopers. That's what they are. So people be shocked that, we did it. But Marissa, she came. She saw the vision when I said it. I think when she bought her house, I only had 2 or 3 up.
Yeah.
And then she bought 2, 1 to live in and 1 to rent. Because you need a vehicle that could make you money so you don't have to physically work here in Ghana to make dollars.
Of course.
And that's what we're doing for the diaspora.
Yeah. No, some people can, sell you a dream and all that. But this is not the case. I can easily see that. I mean, Aqua Safari, the amount of people that come in here, and you got these jet cars here. Yeah. I mean, just the jet cars alone.
Bro, I partnered with Aqua Safari, so 2 will be there. 2 will be at Treasure Island. I got another 4 coming in. I'm putting them in a Kosovo.
So yeah, the place will absolutely be booked up. You will ask why would somebody come on the way. First of all, people come here just to get away, even without the jet cars.
Yes.
And now you have the jet cars plus other activities. You're trying to do festivals and all that stuff here.
Overwater obstacle course. I told you we partnered with Afro Future.
Yes.
And Beyond Accra, they'll be doing all of our concierge service. So, we've made great strategic partnerships that's going to keep our owners' units occupied.
Absolutely. So, yeah, it's a great investment. It's a great investment vehicle.
Are you looking to start your own business? Well, look no further than busy.com. Right now, we'll complete your LLC filing free. You just cover the state fee. Just provide us some basic info about your business and.
But don't get. I know you already know this, but don't let these people shake you, man. Stay your ground, and Ghana. That's what it is, and I'm very proud of you, man. I mean. When I met you, we were yet to even build this.
Yeah, we were just in the process.
But but I was one of the first people that, you told me, you were really open, you showed me your plans, all that stuff, that this is what you want to do. And then I think I went to America after that visit, I think, for some time. I came back, and then you called me. And I think you said I have to come and visit. When I came, man, you were busy building, bro. I think it was 6 units under construction.
Listen, we here 7 days a week. Sometimes we take Sundays off. But if we get delayed for anything, we make up for it on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So I was saying, I'm proud to say that, we're 100% on time with all of our clients. One client that we're turning over the 2-bedroom to actually thanked me. She was like, Marvin, some developers are a year, 2 years behind. And so people are shocked when they come here and, we get it done.
That's what a lot of people fear, especially when you're selling off plan. And I see you here working every day. Yeah. I mean, you came here living on this island with no
lights. I was here by myself.
No water. You came to chew your own water, put on all that. You've been in the bush building this up.
Committed. We committed.
Building this up, and you've been working on it, man. But people take the money and then run away with it, or they just move slow once they get the money.
Yeah.
So I know you think big and you want that reputation and stuff. Like you've won multiple awards. What kind of awards have you won in Ghana so far?
So I never planned on being a developer. So we got Ghana Property Awards. We got Best Beachfront Discovery 2023. And, they came to the site first to make sure I was building and stuff. They did an interview on that. But also now I got the cover of the Africa Property magazine. So they got a full-page spread. They got me on the cover. And then also the Diaspora Enrichment Awards. I got that for real estate as well. Okay. For helping, the diaspora transition. So, I'm proud of that, because this isn't something that I plan on doing. I reinvented myself, because I saw the need for us as diasporans who are coming here.
And I want you to give a little gems to our guys before we finish. I mean, most people look at this and say, oh, Mr. Walker, you came from America, somebody gave you money. I think my first interview, somebody came in there, said, oh, if you all have access to raising money, blah, blah. and or if you came to Ghana with a lot of money. And I know that you didn't start this with a lot of money at all. So what kind of advice or how did you start it? Did you let me make this simple. Did the bank give you money to do this?
Absolutely not. Now, to be fair, when I came to Ghana, I came with a term sheet for $7.5 million and a contract for the organization that bought me here.
Right.
But it was based on their assets, not me. I was broke when I came here.
Right.
But out of that contract, I was getting 5% of the money I raised for that organization.
Right.
It was based on their financial strength, their collateral, and the assets they were pledging.
Right.
And that deal didn't work out.
That's what I'm trying to. So you started from zero.
So I had to start from scratch.
Okay, that was the situation with me. You started from zero. So you came with money that's prepared. Me, I came to Ghana with a lot of money actually.
Yeah.
I'm ready to do everything. And then the market crashed because I'm a trader. And then also the court situation. I bought a land and spent more than $100,000 in there. Didn't get a dime back. And I'm in court still. So I had to reinvent myself like a self.
No, absolutely.
And start from scratch. So I started from zero. Really, I didn't really. Though I had assets and like my house and all that stuff, I didn't really put like huge amounts of money in something to give me back the money. What I did was the car wash and the minimum what I'm trying to do, which I haven't earned a dime from. So everything I'm doing now with Acadian was literally just imagination and providing
and creativity, right? And providing good service.
So how was yours when you went under? How did you come up and do this?
My first two daycare cars that I had for my medical business, I sold them. And I used the money from that and I started building this house. And I cleared the land. And then once I did that, my broker came and she bought her first house. So I said, listen, if you pay cash the full amount for this house, I will give you a discount. So I deducted the $15,000 and I said, once it's time for the handover, I will give you a check for $15,000. So what that allowed was for her to give me the full amount of money and me to have access to my profit. And then I used my profit to then continue developing the property, right?
Yeah.
And I started building her house. So then she sent it out to her network and I sold 4 houses. Now I offered them the same deal, but I think only one person was able to pay the full amount, but the rest paid 25%.
Right.
So every time I'm able to get somebody to pay the full amount, then I give them incentive and I typically get them $15,000 rebate. And when we turn over the keys and everything, we also give them $15,000 back. But they give me all of the money up front, which allows me to get my profit.
Right.
And that's how I build it. Like, so I didn't pay for the land in full. I just gave them a down payment. Right. So I paid as I sold houses.
Right.
And then, I sold my first 2 cars. That's how I got started because nobody wouldn't give me the money.
I'm using that.
But I knew I could make it happen.
But use your brain. Basically, you came in with this. You didn't even buy the land. You came in and use your brain to negotiate a deal. And then all this stuff that you're saying, you use your brain like, okay, I could take a loss on this profit here, but I get the full amount. And I could use some of the profit to,
it's the loss leader. Anybody in business know it's the loss leader. But you just mention something. Anybody who's coming to Ghana to buy land, you never pay the full amount up front. You know that. You got to tell them that.
Right.
Because you pay the money. If you accidentally buy from the wrong person, they leave, you shun. You
Which is why me personally, when I sell land to people now, I do 50% down. And then when you get a paperwork.
But that's different if they're buying from diasporans like us who's trying to make it.
Or if you try to buy it from the chiefs.
From the local people or the chief. The chief will sell the land 2-3 times sometimes. So that's what I'm talking about. But
actually, as a matter of fact, I think if you're coming from outside, me personally, you can find a good chief and all that, but I think you should avoid that and just go to a company where you can easily get your money back. Because you don't know the laws. You got to know a lot. Or hire yourself a lawyer, which most people hate to do.
Most people, they don't do that.
Yeah.
But that's what I did. I paid for a lawyer. And I had so much experience from hearing other people's story before I started buying. So I learned little gems, things you should do, like enter the land first, so you see what people come through and say, oh, this is really for me. So those are little gems that they could get by hiring people like us, right? Because I get people calling me every day, yo, I love what you're doing. I want to consult with you, and I want to help them, but you taking me away from my project. So unless you're going to pay me for my time.
Let me come in there real quick.
Please do.
Thank you.
Please do.
So the thing with me is, so I started to offer consultation service. People email me all the time. I love what you do, blah, 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 blah. And if it's a simple question, I answer them. But some people have a long list. I'm like, bro, I'm a busy man. I can't sit down and answer all these questions, like 20 pages.
Because they think it's only them asking, but they don't understand it's everybody calling like,
So I decided to do a consultation service where you can book me, but I was conflicting with my time. So I even canceled it. But then I came back. Now you can book me, but you purchase me like a bag. I decide when you pay me,
Yeah.
then I schedule the time with you. What fits me, so you can't take me out of my world. Like,
Yeah.
So when you book me and I have the money, I'm like, oh, Mr. Walker gave me $100 for 40 minutes.
Yeah, he's serious.
So let me call Mr. Walker and schedule a Zoom meeting. But people, us Africans, I think, most of the people that consult with me are actually Black and African Americans.
And they don't want to pay for your time.
They pay. The African Americans.
Oh, yeah.
The African Americans pay for my time, but Africans don't pay for my time.
No,
I think
yeah.
My whole consultation, I've had one African that paid for my time.
Yeah. No, I haven't met too many Ghanaians that want to pay anything. But also, if you're calling me, let me talk about me. I'm here, I want to help y'all come through and live your best life in Ghana, right? However, if you're expecting me to stop doing what I'm doing, and Rush told you how I'm getting stuff done, you're taking me away from my purpose. Show me respect by saying, you know what, I'm going to pay you for a 30-minute or 20, and it's not much. But if you could sit down with a millionaire or a successful person and buy them lunch, and they could help you avoid hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of mistake, why wouldn't you do that?
Especially if it's cheap. Me, I think myself, like I'm like, you know what? I don't want people to come for me. Like I could do that, but I want people to have access to me. But it's not gonna be for free, because I get all these emails. Like you say, you take me away from my purpose. I'm busy I do a whole bunch of stuff. I'm into solar installation, I'm building, we're doing design, I'm running a company, I'm trying to build an estate. I'm here recording you, I'm editing video. I'm doing so much stuff. How do you expect me to sit down and give you 40 minutes of my time for free? It's just not easy. I can answer the emails, but you gotta pay for it. And our people here to pay for that. But
that's okay. Let them come and learn the hard way. Like that's the only other option. And trust you me, it's gonna cost you more. But please respect Rush, my time. There's other people from the diaspora. Like we'll all do our first race for change.
Right.
Because I love what we doing together as a collective. But people need to understand what we're protecting them from.
Right. Yeah, exactly. What he's saying, like, we are not trying to scare you. He's only talking from experience what you can expect, right? Some people come in here, they have $50,000 in their pocket, and they come in here, try to do something, they think nothing can ever go wrong because they've done all the calculations in their head. But trust me,
it's not the same.
They will come from the sky, from the ground, and you're going to see what you never expected will happen, and then you find yourself in this. So that's why we tell these stories. I do my best to just let people know as it is.
Yeah.
Right? Just tell you the truth so you know what it is and you prepare for the worst case scenario.
Yeah, because I love Boris Cujo and Steve Harvey, but they not on ground. They not here. They promoting Ghana, and I see a lot of people coming here, but they not prepared for the reality of what's happening.
The reality on the ground is different.
Yeah.
It's going to change. The good thing is, as it is now, right, things are a little shaky, not straightforward, you could do this.
There's a lot of gray.
Gray area. Stress Mr. Marvin out by just put the false police case, all that stuff will go away eventually, because America, once upon a time, America is not perfect. They still have corrupt police. I mean, we all know the shootings and all that stuff. So America is not perfect by any means, but there's law and order in certain places. Ghana is, but Ghana have law and order. But sometimes people can massage and squeeze certain stuff around. All of that would change over time. Like this guy taking me to court and waste my time. All of that would change over time.
Yes.
But right now, that is scary. It's where the opportunity lies. That's the reason why this land has been there all this while, waiting for you to come and take it. So if you are brave, if you have the mental, fortitude and the muscles to come and do. If you can put stretch marks on your brain and still breathe, then here is the place for you.
And let me add one last thing, because certain people be in the comments waiting to come for us. Listen, those of you in the diaspora, African Americans, right? It is not only you. Local Ghanaians do this to local Ghanaians too. Nobody's exempt, right? And it's not personal, right? So we're not talking about one particular group that is victimized. It happens to everybody. Even Ghanaians who move back home, they get it too.
I'm going through it. I'm a Ghanaian. I was born and raised here. I left here when I was 14. I'm going through it. It's the norm. You smell it.
It's the norm.
I have Ghanaians who never lived Ghana. They've never left Ghana to go anywhere.
And they go through it too.
And they've lost 2, 3. Both of my neighbors, they've lost land before they got that one that they built on. Yeah. So it's normal.
We love our people. We're not leaving, right? We're going to be here, but we just want you to be prepared and aware of what can possibly happen. But I will say, thanks to the commander and the good people who walk on the right side of justice, things is fair. But, that's it.
All right.
Now, I got to tell the people, because they got to make sure you subscribe, you like, and you share this content that Rush has provided. It's one of my favorite channels because it's for entrepreneurs. I feel you focus on entrepreneurs and business-minded people.
Yes.
So I really like and think that people should really be tuning
thank
into
you.
yours.
Yeah, I was surprised to find out that the kind of people who are watching like my channel. I was surprised.
Yeah.
You know, I have I've met a couple of people that's like running big companies.
So I will share you ma. Then I make no. Baby be I will share me free no. We are Ghana niya. Boa ho. Ono kunwa wo area. Mon kam humbom. Umwa boa ho. Men chewa adwin se wokoto asase wo krom. Ko baby na start wo bra foforo. Na build the community. Na hwe the community ni pe. Na invest more, especially sisi a Ghana edru baby a ekom na eba bekun ekom ya nhwe ye ekom ba bekun nti obi bia ohwe me no ma wo say youth no bebre start from farming invest say ye mako say ye nyadoa say ye banchi say ye bibia never support the community no ye ntwe ne yenke hombom ne yenko na ye betimi aye na me crofo bebre hwe me from all over the world obia person me kan brofo when I make an say prof no ye betimi aka be me ba akwantu mu no me hwe how onyema city am wo say amboaye even cry say become machi na me hwe how I am paying for the brofo kasacho any ye constitution me start constitution na ye churchum dia ko ekrom kasam bet me based on situation ba na say Mensisa ni mom kakra nti ma pause ye beto aso but ye pese ye mfa ye kasa and starting ka ye nem na ye ntie ho ase se ne be ya ye betimi ama Ghana aba ba ye kra behwe o ma na ye midi na ye odia nti ye nka ye hombom ne ye fe bet answer na me kono the way most of conform motion ni na kasa ne ka brof ne betimi aka bet let me say this, a big shout out go to Rush and Mr. Walker, wherever you guys are. We thank you for the good work that you guys are doing. We appreciate it and we thank you guys. Keep doing what you're doing and we are here to support and share the word for the people. And a big shout out go to NBC News. Big shout out go to Mr. Brown, the manager of Ally Security. And a big shout out go to Ampofo. Big shout out go to, how do you call it? Rush, and a big shout out go to Mohammed, a big shout out go to Chief Executive Screener, a screener. Everybody knows him. He's a trainer for the place. And big shout out go to Lisa, big shout out go to Jay, big shout out go to JB, and big shout out go to Gerard, and big shout out go to Kate, and a big shout out go to Kate, the caterer in the synagogue, and all the crew and Jack and whoever that is watching me. A big shout out go to you guys. So I love you guys. You guys were a good team that I ever worked with. I appreciate you guys. And a big shout out go to Marvin, to a big shout out go to Mr. Walker, and a big shout out go to Boulder, wherever you are, and a big shout out go to I'm mixing something. Yeah, big shout out go to all the crew. I love you guys. So I appreciate the cake that you guys gave it to me, and when I was moving, the care and everything that you guys showed me. I appreciate that. Savannah, yeah, wherever you are, Savannah, big shout out go to you. I love you guys, and I'll always love you guys. You guys took me as a family. I will love all the crew, wherever you guys are. Big shout out go to you guys all. And big shout out go to Jesus as well. Jesus. Big shout out go to you. And teach my group, so big shout out go to Frank, Mr. Frank, wherever, and Kevin, wherever you are. I love you guys. And big shout out go to Mars as well, and the father, the biggest screener, and NBC. We love you. And we keep doing what you're doing. It's not like we don't want to speak English. We have a purpose. That's why we speak Ghana language, but we can speak the English, as I said. But we have a purpose. And whoever that is watching me, if you want to go to a tour in Ghana, this is the right channel to put your trust in. We are genuine, and we are here to guide you to tour Ghana. If you want to acquire a land, or if you want to acquire a house, this is a right channel to talk to. The name is Kwadwo Berryman Shra, and the number is 610-504-5517. 610-504-5517. And if you're in Ghana, you want to call me, the number is +233 240-232393, +233 240-232393. And I love you guys all. Keep watching the channel, share and subscribe, and we are bringing a whole lot of series to tell you about Ghana and the diaspora, the people that have already moved to Ghana, whatever that they're doing amazing. And we love you guys all. And December is coming. If you want to go, make sure I have an email there and I have my number there. Send me your email and I'll reply you, and we can plan ahead of that to make tour Ghana and feel and get much experience, get some experience and change your life a little bit to see other side of Africa that they're talking about. I love you. The name is Kwadwo Berry Manshirat, and a big shout out go to you all. Thank you.